What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. Ba-boom. So, today I am bringing you something from the Chuppi House, KHHI. This is the Chuppi. This cool little knife is aptly named. Chuppi means like, kind of like an assault weapon almost. It means like aggressive pointy knife. That's what Chuppi is. Like when somebody says an aggressive pointy knife, like a knife made for in close quarter combat, they use the word Chuppi, and that's what you get when you look at this. Now, this one, the grip is 5.5 inches. The blade is 5 inches. At least that's what they generally are, but sometimes you can get them a little bit different. And since I didn't buy this one, we will check. So this one, the blade is actually 5.25 inches, and the grip is 5 inches. So maybe I just had it backwards. But this little guy right here is pretty tough stuff. So I'm looking at this handle, and a lot of times they do in wood. This looks like buffalo horn. And I believe that might be what it is. It does come with a really sweet leather sheath. Leather as they come. And you'll notice that it has this little notch here. Now, from what I hear is it could be a thumb press, but to thumb press, it means your hand has to leave the grip. So in my head, I'm like, I have no idea what this thing is for. I have put my hand here. Doesn't really feel it. It doesn't hit anything if I put my hand here. I don't feel it. It doesn't really, like, I know it's there. I can feel something, but it doesn't add or take away from the grip in any way. So I didn't know what this was for, but then I realized, and I don't know if this is what it was for, but it would make sense if it is. Now, this is a used knife. I don't know how sharp it is. I didn't get this one brand new from them, but I just know now that hits right in that spot. So I'm wondering if that helps, like, slow down that it can come, you know what I mean? Maybe it's made to go around there as somewhat of an extra, like, grip hold, something like that. Maybe that's what it could be. I don't know. Well, the knife is pretty sharp. It's not dull, that's for sure, but it's a really thick edge, which means this knife isn't your bushcraft knife. This knife isn't your regular survival knife, what it's intended to be. This knife is a fighting knife. Very pointy, has an edge, but a very robust edge, which means it's not a slicer. This is an absolute bang, 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 get in, get out, ooh, and survive. That's what this thing is. But maybe you can do other stuff too. Let's find out. Well, it's a bit late in the day and we got some overcast. So while there's no sunlight to show it in, at least we have daylight, you know? And I have to say, it's got a beautiful shape. It reminds me of the Longhorn Bowie by Tops, which is a great knife. So anything that I can compare to that, which is one of my favorite blades by Tops, that's a pretty good comparison. It looks like it's about 4.5 millimeters, somewhere in there. That's just my guess. I did not look up all of the information because all I needed to know is this knife awesome? And being KHHI, I can pretty much already guess this knife is going to be awesome. So let's try and figure that out. We're going to do some 4-foot gravity drops. Woo! See that? Oh, that point is nice. That's a nice tip. That's burying itself a 1/2 inch into that log just on a gravity drop. We'll do some hard downward throws. Bam! That is nice. Oh, that's over 1 inch. Bam! You hear that thud? That is all right, that got really in there. That's really nice. Let's see. Got a couple different kinds of rope here, and I was looking for one in particular. Can't find it, so I'm going to use this one. And let's see if we can even get like a push cut. Again, I don't know if the edge is how used it is, or oh wow. But it didn't matter because on a knife that's made for, bam, for stabbing and puncturing, it went pretty nice. It went pretty nicely through that piece of rope. But I like it so far. Like, I'm trying to find something I can say is like, oh, if only this or if only that, but it feels really good. Like it has really great feel, really good contact in the hand, in both directions too. So your forward fighting grip, your reverse grip, it all feels good. And even if you choke up on it, so let's say you wanted to use it in a survival knife situation, like, can I use a robust edge for feathering? Yeah, because just because it's a thick edge doesn't mean it's not a sharp edge. And this edge is freaking sharp. That is super, super nice. Let's see. Bam! All right, that's pretty good. So this knife is more survival knife than I would have guessed. I would have guessed, being a design fighting knife, that all of the weight and all of the balance and all of the hold would lend itself great for fighting and be secondary for something like this. But even with a really nice robust edge, it is literally carving this wood up like it's a carving knife, like it's some kind of survival knife. This is quite impressive, I have to say. That is really, really nice. That made short work out of that. Let's see. They got some of this old vacuum cleaner hose. Let's see. And bam. Just, I mean, easy slicing. Trying to keep you guys in the shot. Let's see. This little hard to hold piece. Trying not to cut my fingers off. And right there. Boom. I mean, I can't find anything bad to say about it. Let's do the extension cord. Just bam, bam, bam. That is super clean. You're not going to find a mark on this blade. I mean, dirt mark, yeah. But the edge, being a nice thick edge, no harm. No harm. No harm. No harm. I don't know what that dog is doing. All right, so let's go and see with a big fat edge like this if it'll even go through the it'll go through the netting. The netting is getting buried, so I have to find it. It's getting buried in all kinds of stuff over here. Bam. So nice. All right, it's in here. It's in here. I'm gonna drag some of it out. There we go. All right, now let's see if we can get a cut on the plastic netting. Oh, hey, that actually did way better than I thought. That did way better than I thought. Better than the Mora. So let's see. Look at that. Okay, so I have to dig it to get it in, but once in, you can see that it's ripping a bit instead of like a fine cut. But it's not made for that, and it's still cutting quite nicely. So let's see. Plastic netting, done. I'll tell you what, they took a fighting knife and turned it into a survival knife in a pretty nice way. This thing is going to be a multitasker. Not only that, but it's going to be good looking. It's just, hey baby, it's good looking. I like this. I like this. If this is a really nice knife. The handle, the bone handle, is really nice to look at too. It's so dark. It's black, but like even more midnight than black. You know what I mean? It's really deep, and I do like that. Let's see. I got all this over here, and I can't even see any of it because all this growth. We have gotten just so much rain. Everything is just grown in. But luckily, a knife like this makes short work of some of that overgrowth and gives us a nice little spot here. So, as I knock you guys down, let's try and baton through something here. And this knife was loaned to the channel, but he said, go ahead and smash on it. So we're gonna go ahead and smash on it, and that means he has a lot of faith in his knife. So I'm gonna have a lot of faith in this knife, especially made by the Kukri House. I just love their stuff. Oh yeah, this is it's a semi-sharpened swedge, so it is made for stabbing. So I can do this without cutting myself, but it is a really, it comes up to a just unsharpened point. So that's where I'm getting stuck on the baton, is the fact that it's almost sharp. Look at that, we got a big knot right there. And right through, I mean, that is right through, just crazy nice. This is a sweet knife. I mean, I haven't had a Kukri House knife that wasn't. This is just another really good example of what they do. And they do it all. They're called a Kukri House, but they don't just do kukri. They do everything. Not just kukri. Just another prime example of great Nepalese work. I'm not going to do a whole lot with this. I wanted to do enough for you to see that this knife is super awesome. It's super tough. It's super cool. And it's super good looking. All those supers come together, and what you have is a super product. And I would highly recommend it. So get over to the Kukri House. Check out a Chuppi. Fall in love. Wipe the dirt off it. I need to clean this before I send it back. But this knife is sweet, man. Just a really cool knife. So that's it for this one. I am Donnie B all day. Until next knife.